My bench press increased every week, 5 pounds here, another rep there. According to my logbook, I was stronger, but in the mirror, my chest stayed the same. For months, I chased the illusion that a bigger bench meant a bigger chest. I was wrong. All I built were stronger triceps and constantly sore front delts. If you're here, there's a good chance you're in the same boat. You're working hard, adding weight to the bar, but the muscle you want to grow just isn't responding. It feels like spinning your wheels, one of the most demotivating gym experiences. I spent an obscene amount of time digging through studies, analyzing my own form, and talking to people who had smashed through this exact plateau. And what I found was that the reason my chest wasn't growing wasn't some huge, unsolvable mystery. It was a simple, fundamental breakdown in how I was actually doing the lift. My triceps and shoulders were doing all the heavy lifting, literally, leaving my pecs understimulated and unchallenged. These aren't just tips, they are non-negotiable laws for your bench press if building a bigger chest is your goal. Commit to these rules, put them into practice today, and watch your chest finally start to grow. This is the advice I wish someone had given me years ago. Now, it's your turn to take action. Why your bench press feels more like a tricep exercise. Let's get one thing straight. It's normal to feel your triceps during a bench press. They're a primary mover in any press, responsible for elbow extension. The problem isn't their involvement. It's when they become the limiting factor, failing before your chest is fully challenged. Think about it. Muscle growth happens when you create a stimulus so intense that your body must adapt by building bigger, stronger fibers. This means taking a muscle to the point of failure. But if your triceps are burning at rep 8 while your chest could manage another 4, which muscle will get the signal to grow? Not your chest. This was my exact scenario. I'd finish a hard set, my triceps screaming, arms shaking, and I'd re-rack the weight, feeling like I'd given it my all. But my chest? A little tension, maybe, but nothing close to the deep fatigue in my triceps. My secondary muscles were the weak link, and they were tapping out before the main event could even get going. Why does this happen? Our bodies default to tricep or shoulder-dominant presses due to a few critical, common form mistakes that turn chest builders into tricep builders. The most common culprit is elbow position. Many tend to flare elbows out to 90 degrees. This feels powerful, but it's bad for your chest and lets your shoulders take over, which can increase injury risk. Tucking elbows too much shifts tension to the front delts and triceps. The sweet spot is usually a 45 to 70 degree angle, where chest fibers are best aligned to work. The second mistake is grip width, which is directly tied to elbow position. A grip that's too narrow will naturally involve more triceps because it increases the range of motion at the elbow joint. This is exactly why the close grip bench press is such a fantastic tricep exercise. But a grip that's too wide can shorten the range of motion and put a lot of stress on the shoulder joints. The sweet spot for most people is a grip that keeps your forearms perfectly vertical at the bottom of the rep. For months, my grip was just a little too narrow, turning every chest day into an accidental arm day. The last, and maybe the sneakiest problem, is a total lack of stability. Many people just lie on the bench like it's a bed. Their back is flat and their shoulders are loose. There's no tension. That's a huge mistake. Your body is smart. It won't let you press heavy weights with an unstable foundation. It recruits stronger, more dominant muscles to safely move the weight. For most people, that means the shoulders and triceps take over. You can't fire a cannon from a canoe. To engage your chest, you need a rock-solid base. Drive your feet onto the floor. Keep your shoulder blades pulled together and down and maintain a proud chest. This setup protects your shoulders and puts your pecs in the strongest possible position to contract. Combine flared elbows, improper grip, and a loose setup, and you create a tricep-dominant press, not ideal for chest growth. Recognizing the problem is half the battle. Now, let's solve it. The 3 rules to force your chest to grow. Rule number 1. If you take only one thing from this video, let it be this: you will never build the chest you want if you can't feel it working. This is rule number 1, the absolute foundation for growth. You must master the mind-muscle connection. I know. Mind-muscle connection may sound like a vague bro-science buzzword, but it is the single most important factor in making your bench press a true chest-building exercise. Studies show that focusing on the target muscle significantly increases activation. One study found that trained lifters boosted chest activation by over 20% just by using mental cues. It's not about just moving the weight, it's about how you move it. The primary job of your pecs is to pull your upper arm across the midline of your body, an action called horizontal adduction. Think about giving someone a big bear hug or doing a dumbbell fly. So, when you're bench pressing, your goal isn't just to push the bar up. It's to use your chest to pull your arms together, and the bar just happens to go up as a result. This shift changed everything for me. For years, I only thought, push. Once I focused on my chest contracting, my results transformed. To build this connection, drop the ego and lower the weight. Start with just the empty bar. Here's your first cue. When you grip the bar, think about bending it into a U shape. You won't actually bend it, but this engages your lats and creates tension in your pecs before you even move. Now for the second cue, during the press itself. Instead of thinking push up, I want you to think about squeezing your biceps together. Your hands are stuck on the bar, so they won't actually move, but this thought forces you to drive the movement with your chest. Visualize your biceps moving toward the center of your chest as you press. The first time I tried this, I had to drop the weight by nearly 40%. It was humbling, but for the first time, I felt a deep, intense contraction in my pecs on every single rep. Let's put it all together. Lie down, set your base, and retract your shoulder blades. Grip the bar. Before you unrack, bend the bar and feel that tension. Unrack the bar. Lower it slowly to your chest. As the bar touches your sternum, pause. Now, drive the press by thinking, squeeze my biceps together. At the top, do not just lock out. Give your chest an extra squeeze for a full second. Another way to build this connection is air flies before you start. Lie down, put your fists together above your chest, and pretend you're doing a dumbbell fly without weights. Feel the stretch, squeeze your chest, and bring your fists together. Do this for a minute before warm-ups to activate your pecs. Mastering this isn't optional, it's a must for growth. If you just push weight mindlessly, your results depend on luck. Lighten the load and focus on building this connection for a few weeks. The 3 rules to force your chest to grow. Rule number 2. Once you can actually feel your chest working, it's time to fine-tune your technique. Train for muscle growth, not just for strength. This is a distinction that trips up so many people. We see elite powerlifters moving monster weight and trying to copy them. But here's the thing. A powerlifter's goal is to move the most weight possible, period. Our goal for hypertrophy is to place the most tension possible on a specific muscle through a full range of motion. There are 2 distinct objectives that require distinct approaches. So, how do we set up for hypertrophy? The critical takeaway: building a strong base with stable feet, tight glutes, and retracted shoulder blades is essential. This form maximizes chest involvement and protects your shoulders during the lift. Second, you need to find your optimal grip and elbow path. For most people, a grip just slightly wider than shoulder width is a great starting point. The goal is to find a grip width where your forearms are vertical when the bar is on your chest. Experiment and see what feels best. Record yourself from the side. Are your elbows behind the bar? Your grip might be too wide. Are they in front of the bar? Probably too narrow. Find your sweet spot that lights up your chest without any shoulder pain. The third and most neglected component is controlling the tempo, especially the eccentric, the lowering phase. So many people just let the bar drop to their chest and then explode up. The eccentric portion of the lift is where a ton of muscle damage, a key driver for growth, occurs. If you ignore it, you're leaving gains on the table. You have to control the bar on the way down. Consciously take 2 to 3 seconds to lower the weight. As you lower it, actively stretch your chest muscles under the load. Feel the tension building. This controlled negative keeps you tight and ensures the right muscles are working. Once the bar touches your sternum, and yes, you should use a full range of motion, don't bounce it. Bouncing uses momentum, not muscle. It's cheating yourself. Instead, pause for a split second at the bottom. This kills all the elastic energy and forces your pecs to generate raw power from a dead stop. This pause will make the lift much harder, and you'll have to use less weight, but the quality of stimulation on your chest will be infinitely better. Hey, real quick, if you're finding this helpful and you're finally starting to see why your chest might not be growing, do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel out. And if you want more no-nonsense, science-backed advice to smash through your plateaus, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's next. All right, let's get to the final rule that ties this all together. The 3 rules to force your chest to grow. Rule number 3. You've mastered the mind-muscle connection. You've tweaked your hypertrophy form. Now for the final piece of the puzzle. Rule number 3 is diversify your attack and track your volume. Here's a tough pill to swallow. For some people, the flat barbell bench press alone is not the most efficient chest builder. It's a fantastic exercise, but because it heavily involves the triceps and deltoids, it can be limited by the weakest link in the chain. Relying on it as your only tool can be a mistake. This is where diversifying your exercises is a total game changer. You need to hit your chest from multiple angles with different tools. Your program should include 3 types of movements: a horizontal press, an incline press, and an isolation movement. First, consider swapping the barbell for dumbbells. Dumbbells allow for a more natural range of motion, letting you find the perfect pressing angle for your body. You can also bring them closer together at the top for a much better peak contraction, something a barbell makes impossible. Next, you absolutely must incorporate incline pressing. The upper chest is primarily targeted with incline movements. Neglecting these is why many people develop a flat, bottom-heavy look. Research suggests an incline of around 30 degrees is optimal for hitting the upper chest without letting the shoulders take over. However, some people feel a better connection at a slightly lower 15-degree angle. So experiment to see what works for you. Now for the secret weapon: isolation movements like flies and cable crossovers. These are incredible tools, especially when you use a technique called pre-exhaustion. It's simple. You perform an isolation exercise for your chest right before your compound press. For example, Do a set of cable flies for 12 to 15 reps with no rest. Then go straight to your bench press. Your chest will be pre-fatigued while your triceps and shoulders are fresh. This flips the script and ensures your chest is the muscle that fails first, guaranteeing it gets the stimulus it needs to grow. You'll have to use way less weight, but the pump and stimulation will be on another level. Finally, let's talk about volume. You can have perfect form, but if you're not doing enough work, you won't grow. The scientific literature generally suggests that for intermediate lifters, around 12 to 20 total hard sets per muscle group per week is a great target for maximizing growth. If you're only hitting chest once a week for 9 sets, you might be leaving growth on the table. A much better approach is to train your chest twice a week. This allows you to get in more quality volume without your workouts turning into marathon sessions. A sample week could look something like this. Day 1, strength and compound focus. 1. Incline dumbbell press. 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. 2. Flat barbell bench press with perfect form. 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. 3. Weighted dips leaning forward. 3 sets to failure. 4. Push-ups. 2 sets to failure. Day 2. Hypertrophy and isolation focus. 1. Cable flies. Pre-exhaust. 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. 2. Machine chest press. 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. 3. Low to high cable crossover. 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. 4. Pec deck. 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. This split gives you a total of 18 sets for the week, hitting that hypertrophy sweet spot. It attacks the chest from multiple angles and uses different tools. Just make sure you track your workouts and focus on progressive overload. Adding a rep here, a little weight there. That's how you consistently demand more from your body over time. For months, my bench numbers climbed, but my chest size stayed the same. The frustrating truth was that I was just getting better at a tricep and shoulder exercise that happened to use a bench. I was a victim of my own ego and lazy technique. The change didn't come from some magic workout plan. It came from embracing 3 simple rules. Rule number 1, master the mind-muscle connection. I stopped just pushing a bar and started focusing on squeezing my chest. I used cues like bend the bar and squeeze my biceps together to feel my pecs on every single rep. Rule number 2, train for hypertrophy. I checked my ego at the door. I built a stable base, slowed down my reps, controlled the negative, and paused at the bottom. Rule number 3, diversify your attack. I stopped treating the barbell bench as the be-all and end-all. I brought dumbbells, incline presses, and isolation work with pre-exhaustion to ensure my chest was always the limiting factor. And I made sure I was doing enough total sets each week to actually signal growth. Stop wasting your time and effort on a bench press that isn't building your chest. It's time to train smarter. Implement these 3 rules consistently, and I can all but guarantee that you will finally see the growth you've been working so damn hard for. The mirror will stop being a source of frustration and start being a reflection of your intelligent work. What's been your biggest frustration with building your chest? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one. And if this video helped clear things up for you, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm dedicated to bringing you more no-nonsense advice to help you build the physique you actually want. Thanks for watching.